What's going on, Dope fam? Back with another video. Hope you guys are doing well and having a nice weekend. For today's video, we're going to do a Bitcoin market analysis. Today's video is probably the most important one yet because I will be updating you guys what's happening with the parabolic trend and pretty much answering the question if we're going to have a continuation with this potential third wave move to the upside for the parabolic trend. We're going to do an update for Ethereum and also for today's base native coin of the day. It's Mochi. So Mochi is an OG base native token that I have not covered yet on this YouTube channel. I wanted to cover you guys this coin because one, you guys have requested it, and two, Mochi is quite OG. It TGE'd back in December 2023, which means it's pretty much one of the most old base native meme coins on BaseChain, so it could be significant, and I'll show you reasons why that is so. But nonetheless, I'm Dope Oxide. I make content on YouTube, X, and CoinMarketCap, so be sure to follow his pages, like and subscribe, do the usual, ring the bell, and comment down below for any base native coins you guys want me to cover. But let's get right into it. So, first of all, for liquidations and volume has gone down quite a bit, so negative 30% over the previous day. Volatility has dropped quite a bit, which usually means there will be a lot of volatility coming in the foreseeable future. And to be honest, for this week alone, I really think we're going to have a massive volatile week this week. And the reason being is, I've already told you guys, look, Bitcoin might be potentially in a third wave uptrend for the parabolic move. And usually, for recap for you guys that haven't seen my previous videos, usually parabolic moves end in 4 phases. So you got the first like normal phase where it's like a slight uptrend, and then increasingly goes higher and higher until the parabolic trend is broken. And as it stands, I believe Bitcoin may be potentially be in the third wave up to the upside. Reason being is, since this macro low we made back in April, which was about the 75k low, we've been on a nice little uptrend, and the confirmation and or invalidation is coming up within probably, I'd say in the next 72 hours or so, because as you can see, if I just zoom up and go closer to the charts, the deadline really is in about 3 days or so to have a confirmation. And what I would definitely like to see is a bounce to the upside. And at the very least, we'll get confirmation if this gets broken down. And if this trend does get broken down, I would not be surprised Bitcoin starts retracing and probably goes down to the mid 90 to low 90k region. Obviously, my preference and my bias is definitely to the upside. But we would definitely like to see this parabolic trend intact, because that would mean Bitcoin will most likely head on its way to higher prices. Breaking down from this trend doesn't necessarily mean the bull market is over, because we have more indicators to look for that. But at the very least, it will just mean Bitcoin needs more time to accumulate to go on a massive parabolic run later in the future. But let's see where it goes. I will keep you guys updated and relay the charts to you guys. But at the very least, and a recap for Bitcoin, we probably have about 3 days left or so to actually get the answer if Bitcoin is going up or not. And to be honest, with the volatility really dropping the past few days, it really tells me that we're probably going to see an answer this week. And the next move is going to be violent, either upside or downside. So let's see where that goes. If we do pump to the upside, it'll be massive for our base native coins as well as Ethereum. For our long-short ratio, it's just trending sideways, so nothing really to update you guys about. For liquidations, we're actually getting quite a bit of liquidations down below us and above us. If it was a perfect world, what I would really like is a fake out to the downside and really make a bear trap and then go up on a merry way. So if I was to draw it up, ideally we would like to get the liquidity below us and maybe break the trend line for a few hours, and definitely do not get that weekly close below, and then spike back up to go on our major trend and parabolic move to the upside. For total coin market cap, same thing. Technically, for the total coin market cap, we actually have a bit more time for the deadline. As you can see here, it's more like technically like 3 days and a half, but to be honest, it really just depends on Bitcoin, because if Bitcoin crashes to the downside, total coin market cap is more than likely to also crash at the same time. For Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, just nothing really to note. It's just grinding sideways and consolidating. And same with Ethereum, it's also consolidating, and it will just depend on Bitcoin's move this week where Ethereum goes. For the gold chart, pretty interesting stuff. We actually had a retest of that third parabolic move we had on gold. So as you can see here, if I was to correctly line it up, we actually had a wick down below. It looks like to me gold is actually gathering weakness right now, and I would not be surprised in the next few weeks or so we actually break down below and grind at lower prices, which would obviously be good for crypto markets, because generally every time gold local tops, a massive rotation from gold assets rotates into Bitcoin as well as altcoins. For the stock market, super surprised to be honest. We're still trending upwards and we still haven't seen that higher low as of yet. And I'm just looking at this major trend line closely because as soon as we get a break below, I am expecting that higher low. And ideally, it's a nice clean higher low, probably on that macro uptrend here. So as you can see, this macro uptrend is quite significant because it was created back in the early stages of this bull cycle. So ideally, we get that higher low and really perfectly retest that macro uptrend. And then more than likely, the stock market will head in its way to a parabolic move to the upside. And that's all to the market analysis. When it comes to today's base native coin of the day, it's Mochi. So Mochi is a cat coin, and it is a base native OG meme coin. So when it comes to getting listed on Coinbase, etc., I would not be surprised Mochi also gets listed because it's a very OG token. And the patterns are generally, Coinbase have been listing OG meme tokens on base chain. And since Mochi was created in around December 2023, it gives me sort of like a checklist tick that Mochi will more than likely get listed eventually. And it probably just requires more time and probably a minimum market cap of like, I'd say 30 mil for Coinbase to actually get listed, because I think Dog and Me got listed around that market cap. But nonetheless, when it comes to price chart analysis, because the charts obviously don't lie, to me, Mochi needs a bit more accumulation, and it's looking like Mochi will most likely squeeze in the future, just like a lot of base native charts are. And as you can see here, we're on a major downtrend right now. And what we'd like to see here for the 3-1. And what we would like to see here for the foreseeable future is Mochi holding these higher lows and then eventually squeeze out. And as you can see, technically the deadline is sometime September. But to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised around June, July is when Mochi actually breaks out, depending on Ethereum's performance. This is under the assumption Ethereum and Bitcoin has a leg up in the next few months or so. And just purely based on looking at the charts for other base native tokens, it's really looking like, to me, a lot of these tokens will be squeezing around June to July. And the confirmation will be if Bitcoin actually has a leg up from here and breaks to all-time highs in the next few weeks or so. But when it comes to that, and just a recap of Mochi chart, 3-1. And when it comes to that and looking at Mochi's chart, it's looking quite healthy to me. And it just really just needs more time to squeeze and have that massive potential to the upside. And if I was to draw it out, what it would look like, we would probably just get a next higher low from here. So maybe let me just change the market cap price. I would not be surprised if we get a higher low around the 12 mil area, and then we can grind up from there. As you can see here too on the market cap chart, it's looking like we're having a nice little accumulation area where we definitely want to get above here and retest this as support once again. As you can see here before, like previously here, we tested as support, and we had massive runs to the upside. So I definitely want Mochi to reclaim the 16 mil area, and then we can definitely have a breakout and make to new all-time highs. But that's all to the video, guys. If you guys like the video, like and subscribe, ring the bell, comment down below if you guys want me to cover any other base native tokens. And that's all to the video, guys. Peace.